To prepare samples for examination in the electron microscope, we place them on a copper grid which is around 3 millimeters in diameter, and you can see them here on this piece of stainless steel mesh. The copper grid has been coated with plastic film and then carbon coated on top of that to make it conductive, and we have to use jeweler's forceps to hold the grid. So we pick it up from here, and then we can apply the specimen directly to it using a normal micro pipette tip, and we apply the drop directly onto the grid like so, and then we leave it there for up to a minute or even longer to allow virus particles in that specimen, in that sample. It could be sap or it could be purified virus preparation. We allow this drop to stay on the membrane for a sufficient time for a few particles to attach themselves to the membrane. Then we remove the remainder of the sample with a piece of filter paper like this. Now, to actually see the particles, we have to then stain them with a negative stain. This is an example of one of our negative stains. It's uranyl acetate, around 2% in concentration, and uranium is very dense, electron dense, and so if we apply that, the uranyl salt will surround the particles and give a dark background, and the particles will appear light coloured against the background. So we then put some stain on the grid, leave it for 10 seconds, no longer, and then drain that off. When the stain dries down, it will surround the virus particles and they will appear clear against a dark background. So that many of the virus particles that you see in lectures on electron micrographs have been stained in this way. That's it. Once we've prepared the grid, we can store it for a long time, and we often use a grid box of this type where we put the grid directly into a little slot into this container, and those particles will be visible for several years as a negatively stained image. So we close the box and we take this now to the electron microscope, mount the grid in the electron microscope and look at the particles